Guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Here is our power. Not only the name, also he's powerful, you know. So, and bro, you look so amazing. Just I want to tell you this again in front of the cameras.
Thank you. Likewise. Likewise. Thank you.
Appreciate it. So, brother, first of all, welcome to Istanbul back.
Yes.
And how are you?
Amazing. Amazing. It's been quite the journey. It's great to be back at the center. Istanbul's amazing. It's beautiful. Sun shining today. Nothing but good things to say. Positive energy.
Wow, okay. So just for people who watched the first time your story, what exactly you did on your legs? I mean, it was lengthening. So can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when I came to LLT to get my procedure done, I did the lawn method. And we were one of the exemplary case examples. We actually lengthened nearly 11 centimeters in 3 months, 12 weeks. And it was great. So everything went better than expected, but that's only because of the world-class team that's here in all-encompassing. So we did the lawn, almost did 11 centimeters in 12 weeks, but again, the 5-star world-class team that's here at LLT helped support that achievement. And without them, it wouldn't have been possible. So yeah, that's why I'm back.
Appreciate it. By the way, it's actually really, really important because, you know, I'm always telling to the patients, I mean, the doctor is important here, but the problem here, the limb lengthening surgery is a little bit different procedure because we are doing the surgery not to end the process, to can start the process. So, and the process is a daily process, right? I mean, daily lengthening. So, which means the surgery is important, but the aftercare is much more important than everything. Because it's a daily process. For example, when you want to undergo a rhinoplasty or liposuction, such a procedure start with the surgery and end with the surgery, which means you can see right after that results, and just after 1 week or 10 days, you can start to heal. But the limb lengthening surgery is totally different. We are doing the surgery not to end the process, to start the process. And thank you so much. I mean, you are right. So the daily aftercare, especially of a team, the medical care, physiotherapy, it's highly important for such a procedure. But bro, you said that you reach 11 centimeter on the femur.
Yeah.
So please, I want to tell you this to the patient. This is not a common case because people will think like, okay, oh my God, it's possible, let's do 11. Can you explain about that? How comes that you reach 11 centimeter?
Yeah, so I'll talk about that. The best analogy that I can give to the viewing audience is that when you go to school, whether it's elementary, high school, college, university, now LLT is a university. It's a limb lengthening learning center, okay? Now there's a course you're taking to complete your limb lengthening. There's going to be professors, teachers. You have a semester here. When you went to school, there'd be one professor teaching the same information to all the people. So at LLT, the center here, everyone's going through the same limb lengthening curriculum, okay? Follow me now. When you went to school and you stood in front of your professor and your teacher, all the students were in the room going through the same knowledge, the same process, but not everyone got the same grade. Why is that? The knowledge is given, the procedure and system is given, but it's up to you to follow, to do the work, before coming to the center, especially during the center, and after, post-procedure when you leave the center. Taking it back to the analogies you can better understand. Now, the teacher stands at the front and gives the same system of information and education. So at LLT, everyone gets the same limb lengthening process, but not every student will get the same result. Why? It's up to the student. Every student is different. Every student has a different capability. Every student has a different commitment level. If you commit yourself, you will reach your maximum potential. Pause. Let me explain about potential. Just like in school, not every student has the same potential. You have to listen to the experts. Everyone has a different, so with limb lengthening, everyone has a different genetic potential. Make sense? So even in school, everyone has a different educational potential. You have to listen to the experts like you did into school as to what your best path is going to be, what the best system is going to be, and what is your peak potential that you can hit. And if you commit yourself, you follow the information, you really devote yourself, then you will become your best potential. But like all the students who are in the classroom, everyone's going to get a different result. So even though we're shooting for the A, might get an A minus, might get a B plus, that might be the total length that you reach, simply because the human body is the most complex advanced system technology in the universe. When you're growing your limbs, you're not just growing your bones. We're talking about nerve endings, cartilage, tendons, ligaments. Everybody is different. And everyone's at a different state, their internal state of their health and their lifestyle. That determines a lot of things. Where I'm going with all of this, you will limb lengthen. You will be taller by the time you leave here. The amount of height that you reach will be determined on how much you follow what they say to you. Again, the reason I'm here, I followed everything. It's in the world, it's the best world-class #1 center for limb lengthening. You will never go wrong. You will lengthen your limbs. You will leave here taller. The reason I achieved my result was because of the world-class expertise supporting me, guiding me, holding me by the hand, spoon-feeding the knowledge, approach, and system daily during my entire stay here. And they also give you the homework to do after. Now you get what I'm saying? If you do that, you'll reach your maximum potential. But like every student in school, like I said, everyone's got a different potential. Last analogy, it's like going to the gym. You can go to the gym, you see the same people there every year, but how come everyone's getting different results? Some people are following the system, some people are really committed, some people want it really bad, but everyone's in a different physiological state. And we're going to talk more about mindset after. That also determines a lot of what you're going to achieve. So, long story short, you will leave here taller. How much taller you leave will be up to you on how much you commit, listen, and devote yourself during the different stages, before, during, and especially after during recovery. And I'm standing here before you, letting you know that, I'm shining like a diamond. I can't make this energy up. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was a beautiful journey. So I hope that answers your question.
First of all, wow. They answer also a lot of questions automatically. And yeah, thank you, bro. You are absolutely right. And I don't know, so I never heard such a great answer. Thank you so much, brother. And you touch all the important points. Wow. Okay, let me ask this, Power. Well, I was 5'2", and I did the limb lengthening surgery 3 times with the same method as you, the lawn. Right now I'm 5'10", so in centimeters I was 157, now I'm 177. For me, was definitely worth it, but now I want to ask you this. You are in a different level of the height, so is it worth it for you? Or can you explain that? What kind of changes you see? Are you happy with your decision?
I hope you guys are listening closely. If I could go back and change time, I would never have changed my decision to come here. And no, they didn't pay me to say that. I promise you. It's been the most magnificent journey inside because it got to reveal who and what I am. I highly recommend it. Let me start with this. If you have any desire on this earth for anything, you have to go for it. This is your life, you're here. If you have a desire for a loving relationship, you want to be with your partner, your dream wife, your husband, go for it. You want to be wealthy, go out there and take the steps to build that wealth. You want to live an amazing life, do what you want to do. You want to be taller, absolutely go for it. But keep in mind, with everything that you go for, there comes a sacrifice and a price. So when I was here and I was lengthening my limbs, I knew that I had to go all in and I had to commit myself. And you're gonna have challenges. Not everything's gonna feel great. Just like right now when you're watching at home, your everyday life when you go about, if you're a student, if you're working a job, just in general, you don't feel your best every day. You're not, like everything's not perfect every day. It'll never be perfect. But you have to decide for yourself, what do you want? What are your priorities? What are your desires? Your desire is your fire. Don't listen to your mind, listen to your heart. For me, I would never go back and change my decision. And I recommend for everyone watching out there, if it stays on your mind, it's a burning desire, and you want to be taller, without a shadow of a doubt, you have to listen to the experts that are here. They will advise to you what the best method is going to be for you. Remember, everyone's different. What procedure is going to be the best for you. But there's multiple patients, when I did my limb lengthening, even when I return now, they're on their second procedure. So not only did they complete the first, they came back for the second. So do I recommend it? I recommend it twice, thrice. Keep going. Look, only you know what makes you happy. Don't let anyone else determine what makes you happy. If you feel like adding some height and being taller is going to increase the quality of your life, or at least just give you some confidence or some charisma, whatever your intention is and your influence, go for it. I highly recommend it. Again, come with the right mindset, come with the right approach, attitude of gratitude. You got to appreciate, you got to be in the heart. You're going to this is going to be a repeating thing that I say, stay heart-centered, okay? If you do that, then everything will come to you. But you got to put in some work, like everything else, like a relationship, like building wealth, like studying for your career or working the job that you're going to. It takes effort. But the good news is you got the best team in the world. And again, I ain't even gonna say anything. Actions speak louder than words. Take a look at me.
How is the feeling for you as a human, you know? So like to being 190, to look always down and not up anymore. So because I don't know the feeling, you know?
Yeah, I'm super proud of it because I actually grew my bones. So for everyone listening to this, I did the work. I put it in. It's like studying for a test and getting an exam result and you got an A+. How are you gonna feel? You're gonna feel amazing because I put in the blood, sweat, and tears. I went through, there is gonna be a level of pain and we'll talk about that, but that's like anything else. It's like going to the gym, you wanna get the body, it's gonna come with some pain. You're gonna be uncomfortable. But I wanna say this, I feel incredible. Now, during the process, when you look at yourself, when you have a nice physique in the gym and you've been working out, you feel really good. So my end result, I feel amazing. I love it. Kind of wish I didn't stop lengthening. I'm like, we should have kept going. Yeah, put me back in. But, so getting back to the whole thing, working out in the gym, when you look in the mirror and you got the result, even like after a workout or whenever, when you achieve your goal and you're looking the way you would do, you're like, this is amazing. But let's talk about when you're working out. How does that feel? It's not so comfortable, right? It's uncomfortable, it's painful, but your perspective, and I want to put this back to lengthening, when you're going through uncomfortability and pain when you're lengthening, what's your perspective? What's your vision? When you're working out and you're burning and you're in pain, it hurts. You're uncomfortable. The next day you're sore, you're stiff. With the limb lengthening, I was stiff and sore. Even after when I got my fixators removed, I was stiff and sore for months. But you know what? I kept focus on my vision. So I was rising above. Here's the body, here's the pain, here's the thoughts and emotions, negativity. Here's me looking at it and rising above. And I'm looking at the vision. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing when I'm walking and I have no stiffness and I've already done the procedure. During the process, you gotta have that same attitude. The reason I achieved my result in such a great timely manner was my positive mindset. And I worked a lot on that before I came here. So before you come here, work on your mindset, make sure you're positive. And we'll create more videos about that, about what I did on a separate time. And I'll give you some of my tips on how you can program this mind so you can rise above it too. So you can feel amazing like I do today. Yeah.
And what about your proportions and the scar? Are you happy with them?
Yeah, I had minimal scarring. Again, I followed exactly what was advised for recovery and healing. Rest, regeneration, diet, nutrition. We have the best team that's here, a physiotherapist, nutritionist. Man, they were fundamentally very key in my healing process, including my scars. So I'm good with it. And it's always an excuse for you to go cover up with a tattoo too. Throw that in there.
Great. By the way, Power, the tattoo, how the tattoo looks like after the stretching of the skin also, because
Perfect.
yeah?
Perfect. Yeah, it was actually good. So Dr. Halil, Leonardo da Vinci, on point. This leg was done, I have a full tattoo sleeve for you, the guys that don't know, done by one of the world's best tattoo artists. Wasn't exactly cheap. And my number one thing was like, man, we can't like, this individual, you want to go and see him, you're looking at a 4 or 5 year wait list, okay? And when you get in there and you get this masterpiece art, he's award winning worldwide, the best black and gray realist tattoo. I was looking at Dr. Halil like, please don't mess this up. And the way he did everything, not only was it like you can barely even tell, but even the stretching and everything else was fine. But again, healing, recovery, following the process, there's steps in the procedure in the lengthening. You gotta follow the steps. If you neglect it, like in school, what's your end result gonna be? But tattoos look on point. They look even better because they're bigger now.
Bigger and fresher, right?
Yeah.
All right, Powers. So now let's come to this point. A lot of patients who is interested in your procedure and watch your video asking always, how is Power now? How is the recovery? How was that after you leaving the center? Like, when was your normal walking? How was the pain? And like a lot of questions. So can you explain about that?
Yeah, so I feel like there's steps and procedures and there's phases. It's like going through chapters of a book or semesters in school. So when I left here, I was still climbing the mountain. So part of the thing is this first phase, you get your lengthening done. That is a process itself. That's going to be a full semester of work. The amount of time it takes, that, again, everybody's different, remember? So you complete the process, then the post-procedure on healing and recovery, again, is going to be different for every people. Speaking on my personal perspective, I already knew before I came in, mindset, I already prepared myself mentally to know that when I leave here, there was going to be a process of recovery before I could fully walk, before I could function, my flexibility, mobility, biomechanics, range of motion, and overall performance of my legs. That restoration period to get to where I was before the surgery, I knew that I was still climbing the mountain when I left here. So I was okay with it. I was very patient and graceful. So for me, it came in increments. Like I would say every 6 to 8 weeks, I'd see a significant improvement. Because I reached a big length of 11 centimeters, I mean, I wasn't walking normal for at least 6 months. That's different for people. So everyone out there who's coming into this, before you get the procedure done, just understand that that time to get the procedure done might be 3 months, might be 4 months. It depends on your body. LLT is like the school giving you the curriculum. It's the same for everybody. But when you come in here, you're going to be different from the next person. I was different from the next person. Your limb lengthening is going to take undetermined time. Nobody knows that. So you have to be willing to devote that time, okay? Don't put yourself in a position where you got to get back to school right away. You got to get back to work right away. Have a buffer of time just in case. Like, that's the smartest thing to do in life, right? You plan ahead of time. Like, oh, just in case this might take me an extra month, I have to stay here for an extra month longer, do that. After leaving lengthening, if you're like, okay, I need to be walking in 3 months, you need to give yourself extra time. What if you're not walking in 3 months? Nobody can determine that. Nobody on this planet can determine or promise you when you're going to be walking and you're not going to be stiff and sore and you're back to your full normal level. Nobody can. No doctor on the planet, because it's dependent on so many different variables. But for my journey, it took me a good 6 months before I was walking without a limp. Right now, this is 10 months after my fixator removal, okay? By the time when we're filming this. 6 months I was walking without a limp, but I was still really, really stiff. I wasn't at my 100% point, but again, increments. 6 to 8 weeks I was getting better, better, and better. But hold up. The reason I was able to get to this point where I'm walking fine now, I don't really feel to the point where it's like compromising anything in my life, or it's So first of all, when you come out of the procedure, you get used to it. You don't really think about it. It's not like you're on crutches. When I left, I was off crutches within, like, I think 2 to 3 weeks. I was off crutches when I left here. But again, keep my goal in mind. It was 11 centimeters. That's a lot. And I was off crutches. Took me some time before I can get back to walking without a limp. And then it took me until about month 7 or 8 until I was getting back to my fluid biomechanics and walking and range of motion. And even up until now, 9 to 10 months, there's still work to do. Some days I am sore. And it's like, even like for where I'm at in North America, the weather affects me a lot. Sometimes I wake up and just due to the moisture, my joints, I'm different, right? So for me, I'm an athlete. I work out and I do a bunch of things. Sometimes my legs are sore on different days, and it has nothing to do with limb lengthening. Like, they're sore like that even before I got the lengthening done, just simply because of my joints and my personal experience with athletics and things like that. So you see what I'm saying? You gotta give yourself time. I would say minimum give yourself 3 to 6 months when you're leaving here. You could be fine within a month or two. You could be running within 3 to 6 months. Depends. There's been different results for other people. For me, it took longer because I lengthened longer, but I can say what helped me was supreme holistic health. My diet, my nutrition, really taking really good care of myself, not putting pressure, stress on my central nervous system. That means I wasn't overworking myself, and I gave myself that buffer time of recovery so that when I came out of here, I was fully healed, because this is for the rest of your life. This is not something temporary. You understand what I'm saying? It's lifelong. You want to give yourself the proper rest and recovery time. So yeah, I made sure coming out of here, I had that leeway where I wouldn't have to stress myself and do all these things. I recommend you do the same thing. Don't expect yourself to be going back to work, to school right away. You know, you want to earn things. You want to do things properly. You know, like, the faster you earn something, the faster it goes away. There's a saying, the faster you put up a fence, the faster it falls down. You got to build it brick by brick by brick, day by day by day, you'll improve. I hope that's.
Thank you so much.
So for everyone out there, you got that question covered. To be determined, TBD, on how long you be walking, but expect yourself to be walking. Like, I'm fine, I'm good now. And it just gets better day in, day out. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you can walk normally, right?
Yes.
So you can also do all your sports.
I'm in the gym every day, 7 days a week, 2 hours a day. Yeah.
But sprinting is not that...
I'm not sprinting yet, but keep in mind, I still got the nails in.
Okay, yeah.
Like, we're still removing nails right now. Yeah. And, but like, I'm fine. I'm walking upstairs all the time. Okay. I'm carrying packs of water.
Okay, great.
I was walking through the airport when I landed here in Istanbul. I had like a 25-kilo backpack on. I was walking 5,000 meters. Okay, does that kind of make sense? Yeah. So when I'm in the gym and I'm walking around, I'm carrying weights and whatnot, but I'm being mindful. I always keep a high level of presence and awareness, not to stress the legs. I'm being very smart about things. I still realize that my healings, the bone can heal, but it's the structural integrity, the joints, the cartilage, the tendons, the ligaments, the white and red blood cells. Your body's still in the healing process. So, yeah.
I mean, well, we always saying anyway, for sprinting or such a hard sports, patient need anyway time approximately between 12, 15. Some patients need 18 months, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Well, it depends on, how can I say, on the goal, right? I mean, you did 11 centimeters, so not 5, 6, or 7. So, but it totally depends. But in the end of the day, all the patients can run and can jump and can do MMA and everything as before, even better.
So we filmed you'll see the LLT fitness videos that we filmed today. You just, like, it speaks for itself. I improved my physique after the limb lengthening. I'm in better shape, better condition, and you'll see that today. So if you compare it to the videos that were filmed, the fitness videos at LLT, today we just went to the gym and we filmed. This is 10 months after a fixator removal. Just check it out. That body don't build it on its own. And if these legs weren't working fine, how would I be able to build that body? How would I be in the gym every single day? You know what I'm saying? I'm carrying these weights every day, and then I'm going about my life. I still have to work, I still have to focus. But it's been great because it reveals, this process is amazing because it really reveals truly who you are. Because you can be your best Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then be really negative and complain and criticize and condemn on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is really gonna reveal and peel you open like a banana, and then we're gonna see who you are. Obviously, when you come in here, you're gonna have leg muscles from just walking around in regular life, whether you work out in the gym or not. You have quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calf muscles that are built up. But because of the limb lengthening process, your leg muscles will atrophy to a certain extent. It's different for everybody. And then after, you have to gradually build them up. My legs, where they're at right now in comparison to before, they're less muscular than they are before, but they're strong enough to carry me around to work out 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. But yeah, expect your muscle loss in your legs. That's regular. That's like if you have surgery on anything, you got to expect that your body, your physique's going to diminish because you're not able to train in the gym or go about your regular mobility. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my leg muscles are, they have atrophied, but there's still muscle that I've built up over this last 10 months after fixator removal. And I'm getting there. I'm gradually getting there. After the nails get removed, I'll be doing a lot more lower body weight exercises, squats, lunges, and I'll build them right back up. Muscle memory never goes away. That's what I want to tell you guys. Don't be concerned. Muscle memory, you can lose all your muscles and a year later start training your body. You don't even have to go to the gym. You can just do body weight at home. Your muscles come back. That's how advanced your biocomputer body is. It's a computer. It never forgets the files and the programs. I hope that was helpful.
Appreciate it. Power, there's an important point, okay? So, I mean, you know, the fear, right? I mean, the fear is a normal feeling for us humans. Sometimes it's working because the feeling of the fear protect us, right? So, in case of a bad situation maybe, but sometimes if the fear is higher or stronger than the goal in your life, it doesn't matter if you want to run a business or if you want to open a new relationship or such as surgeries like limb lengthening or other cosmetic surgeries, it blocks you or holds you to get successful. What I'm talking about is like we have sometimes patients, they want to change his life because they are absolutely 100% sure when they undergo such a surgery, their life will change. But unfortunately, the fear is too much and they hold them. For example, they are afraid about to can never walk again, low budget, that's the reason why they prefer the LON, or the goal is too much, that's the reason why they prefer LON, but they are scared about the infection, etc. So what you can say about that topic? You know, never can walk again.
First of all, you're going to walk. Everyone that's been in here, everyone I've met before, even back here right now, is walking just fine. Just like students in school. People are studying and they're getting different results, but everyone's going through the courses, right? Eventually, you're gonna get to the mark and grade that you want to get. Let me talk about fear. I have an acronym. FEAR stands for false evidence appearing real. Did you get that? False evidence appearing real. It's an illusion. 99% of the time, it's because you're in a comfortable, predictable state and your mind and body is wired in a way to protect you from harm from way back in the day. It's a biological thing. It's a survival mechanism. You should never feel fear unless somebody's pointing a gun at you or you're driving your car and there's a car coming at you. Never be fearful. You want to jump in a relationship and you're fearful that you might get rejected or somebody might break your heart? Guess what? Jump into that relationship. You want to start a business, but you're afraid you're going to lose money and it's not going to work out? Jump into the business. It's an illusion in your mind. It's called security, okay? The only security you have is your confidence. You believe in yourself, you can achieve anything you want. If you believe, you can achieve. No such thing as fear. I've never heard a single story of anyone coming out here that's never walked fine again. In fact, everyone that comes through here grows taller and walks perfectly fine. Fear is something that you got to deal with no matter what. And this university of conquering your fear at LLT is going to make you a better person when you walk out of here. because you're not going to fear anything or anyone, okay? There's no fear of, look, you always got to ask yourself, what's the worst thing that can happen to me? If you're blinking and you're breathing, you're going to be okay. And I know some people might think it'd be like, well, what do you mean? What's going to happen? Think of all the things you've been through in your life. When you got the most sick, if you got injured, if you lost something, you've been through a tragic incident. Yeah, okay, it sucks. It's painful, right? But you're here. You're watching this. Enough said. You're okay. If you're sitting here watching this video, you got through it. So what happened to that fear? It was a wall, and you went right through it. No matter what, fear is a pool, okay? If you don't step into it, willingly jump in, the world, your life, you're eventually going to get pushed in. I'd rather jump into the pool and dive right in and swim around and say this is nothing, rather than me being scared and somebody pushing me into the pool and me acting like I'm all afraid and whatever. I don't play with that. No fear. You have the best team on the planet, 5-star, world class. You can never be afraid about anything. If you want to be taller, this is the place to come. If anything ever did happen, an infection, whatever your fear is, you're covered. They've been doing it for, how many years have you been doing it for?
Approximately 2013, the first limblengthening surgery, and the professional facility since 6 years.
Hold up, how many patients have come through here?
Over 5,000, totally.
Enough said. 5,000 patients, over 6 years. You're gonna be the first person that's gonna come in here and all these crazy things happen to you? I think I'm done. You're welcome. If anything, when you walk out of here, anything that's on your list, go write down all your fears in your life. What you're insecure, not confident about, that's what's holding you back from your dreams. On the other side of fear is everything you want in life. Everything. I have no fear. I got it tattooed on me. Next time you come talk to me, I'll show you the tattoo. I fear nothing. For real.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Pavel. All right, so lastly, there are many people who's watching the video and who wants to get taller. So, and what would your recommendation to these people, bro?
Set a goal. Whenever you set a goal, you're gonna land somewhere. They say, shoot for the moon, you'll always reach the stars. So when you come in here and set your goal, listen to the world-class team that's here. They're experts. And depending upon where you're at physiologically, your state of health, like I said, remember students studying in school, everybody wants to get an A. Not everyone walks away with A. You will walk out of here taller, but the amount that you hit really comes down to the work you do before you come in here, what you do during, and especially after. Set your goal. Come to LLT, aim for a certain goal, listen to the experts, and just surrender to the universe. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna go the way it was meant to go. And I hope that resonates on a deeper level. Everything you've done in your life, you set an objective, you set a goal, but there's always a bigger plan behind it. You're gonna leave taller. If your goal is to be taller, come here, get it done. Reach for a certain goal. If your goal is 9 to 10 centimeters, man, you're gonna walk out of here like 6, 7, 8, no matter what. Unless you, like a student in school, drop out. Nobody's dropped out. Nobody's quit. You're going to be the first person to quit. Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate it. It was, again, so... I enjoyed the moment, the video again with you, bro. You are such a great guy and you look amazing. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your new height. I wish you, we as Livelifetaller, really success in your life, bro. The best of the best. You are blessed again. Bone eating is great. He looks great. The whole process was great. Yeah, I mean, I think, as you said, it's the mindset.
It's 95% mindset, 5% action. It's the way you think. It's your perspective. It's your approach. It's your lens on which you view life. You could always find the positive in a negative. You could always look for the silver lining and try and derive something on this. Like, this is helpful. This is growth. There's a saying, there's a seed of opportunity in every adversity. Okay? If you read the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, you can always find something that's going to benefit you growth-wise no matter what happens, especially during this lengthening process. It's going to teach you so much about yourself. It's a full deep dive course on yourself. So take that time for you to really soak up It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're never going to go through anything like this ever in your life again. And I highly recommend it because you're really going to find out what you're made out of. All right? So come holler at your boy.
Absolutely.
Let me know what's up.
Absolutely. I mean, for the body is the immune system important, right? To can fight with bacteria and some other illness. But for the success is the mindset important. I mean, so as long as you can control your mindset, as long as you are the boss of your body, which you are.
And stay in your heart.
Exactly.
Last thing, never criticize, condemn, and complain. If you ever read a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, never criticize, condemn, or complain, especially when you come to the center. Because 5,000 people have come through here and they've been just fine. You're looking at a fine, shining diamond that lengthened 11 centimeters. I'll say it again, never criticize, condemn, and complain. That's like the student in the school who's like, why did I get a D? Why did I get a C? Why did that person get to here? So with limb lengthening, why is this person walking here? Why did that person get 9 centimeters and I got 6? Why is this person walking in 3 months and now it's 6 months I'm not walking? Why don't you think back to school when you went to school? I want you to do one thing. Hold up a mirror. Look in the mirror. Talk to the mirror. That's the person you hold accountable and responsible. That's how I live my life. I've always lived my life that way. Nobody's responsible and accountable but me. And the reason I hit this, because I put the responsibility on myself. So if you gain anything from this, which I hope you got a lot of value from this video, after anything you do, your business, your career, your job, your relationships, your friends, your family, if you're studying in school, don't criticize and condemn and complain. And especially when you come here during this lengthening process, because they're the top experts in the world, during your process, and especially after, don't criticize, condemn, and complain. I never give any power to anyone who's like that. Because if you want to go higher in life, you got to be around that positive vibration, that higher energy. And I hope you're getting that from me. You can feel it. That's what every day when I wake up, I give my positive energy. Man, I was sore. I had pain. I had so many different things going on. But remember, that's mental. I rise above. Always rise above. Like an eagle flying in the sky, and I look down and I'm like, that's nothing. Believe in yourself, all right? I believe in Sedat and the team here.
Guys, all what I can say is this is powerful mindset and a powerful lifestyle. Greetings from Istanbul. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.